Gentlemen, let me tell you something up front. Just because your playlist has more Rolling Stones than Rolling Loud doesn't mean your charm is stuck in the past. In fact, there's a very good chance you're more attractive now than you ever were in your 20s, and the best part, you might not even realize it. Today, we're diving into 7 clear signs you're an attractive older man, especially in the context of age gap relationships. Because yes, experience, confidence, and a little salt and pepper magic go a long way. Confidence and emotional maturity are 2 of the most powerful, underrated qualities that older men bring to relationships, especially when there's an age gap. Unlike the brash overconfidence often seen in youth, mature confidence is quiet, unshakable, and deeply rooted in life experience. It's not about proving anything to anyone. It's about knowing who you are, what you stand for, and being at peace with your journey. That kind of presence doesn't need loud declarations. It's felt in the way you walk into a room, the way you carry a conversation, and even the way you choose silence over needless noise. Emotional maturity adds another layer to this attraction. A man who has lived through ups and downs, heartbreaks, challenges, and successes often develops a deeper understanding of himself and others. He learns not to react impulsively. He knows how to communicate clearly, manage conflict without drama, and approach relationships with respect and intention. This creates an emotionally safe space for a partner, something especially valued in age gap relationships where the younger partner might still be navigating their emotional world. Younger individuals often seek partners who can offer not just excitement, but also emotional grounding. When you're emotionally mature, you become someone they can trust not just to show up physically, but to show up fully. You're not afraid of vulnerability, you're not intimidated by someone else's emotions, and you don't view communication as a chore. You engage because you understand that connection thrives on emotional presence, not just physical attraction. There's also a powerful magnetism in being calm under pressure. While younger people may still be figuring out how to handle stress or unpredictability, an emotionally mature older man brings a sense of steadiness. He doesn't panic over the little things, doesn't get caught up in petty games, and has no interest in unnecessary drama. That calm, collected energy offers a strong contrast to the chaos that often defines modern dating, and it's incredibly appealing. In essence, confidence and emotional maturity form the foundation of a deep, lasting, and meaningful connection. They signal that you've done the inner work, that you're not just living life on autopilot. And in a world that often values surface over substance, that depth becomes irresistible. Whether you realize it or not, these qualities don't just make you attractive, they make you unforgettable. They don't just make people notice you, they make people feel safe with you. And in the end, that's one of the most attractive things anyone can offer. There's something undeniably attractive about a man who knows who he is and what he wants. That clarity doesn't come overnight. It's earned through years of living, learning, succeeding, failing, and growing. When you reach a stage in life where you're no longer chasing every trend or second-guessing every decision, that grounded sense of self becomes a powerful presence. It shows in how you speak, how you move, and how you treat others. This kind of clarity is not only rare but also incredibly appealing, especially in relationships with a noticeable age gap. Younger partners are often still discovering themselves, figuring out their careers, interests, values, and desires. When they connect with someone who already has a strong sense of direction and identity, it creates a stabilizing effect. It doesn't mean you dominate the relationship or control it. It means you bring a certain certainty that allows both of you to feel more secure. You've already done the internal work of understanding what kind of partner you want, what kind of life you want to build, and what you're no longer willing to tolerate. That decisiveness is attractive because it removes ambiguity, which is often a source of stress in modern dating. Life experience adds another layer of appeal. When you've been through various stages of life, you gain perspective that younger people often find refreshing and reassuring. You've weathered storms, maybe heartbreaks, job losses, or big life changes, and you're still standing. That resilience is inspiring. It means you have stories to tell, lessons to share, and wisdom that doesn't come from a book or podcast. It also means you don't overreact to small issues, because you understand what truly matters in the grand scheme of things. That perspective extends to how you treat your partner. You're more likely to appreciate the moment, to recognize the value in someone's presence, and to not take the connection for granted. You don't play games or get caught up in superficial power dynamics. Instead, you engage in a relationship with honesty, consistency, and intention. You've learned that meaningful relationships aren't built on ego, but on mutual respect and emotional investment. This combination of clarity and experience is not just attractive, it's comforting. It sends a clear message that you're not here to waste time, that you've done your self-discovery, and that you're capable of offering something real. And for a younger partner looking for authenticity in a world full of fleeting connections that can be incredibly magnetic, they're drawn not just to your presence, but to your certainty, to your calm, to your ability to bring both structure and adventure to their life without the chaos of immaturity. At the end of the day, clarity and life experience don't make you seem old, they make you seem rare. And in the right relationship, they make you unforgettable. There's a quiet power in a man who walks into a room completely at ease in his own skin. He's not chasing fashion trends or trying to dress like someone half his age. Instead, his style reflects who he is: timeless, understated, and confident. That's the kind of appeal that doesn't shout for attention but still turns heads. It's not just about the clothes, it's about the authenticity behind them. When you dress in a way that feels natural and aligned with who you are, it resonates. People notice, even if they can't quite put their finger on why. Younger people, especially in age-gap relationships, often find this kind of self-assured style incredibly attractive. In a world flooded with curated online personas, there's something refreshing about someone who dresses with intention rather than imitation. Whether it's a crisp button-down, well-fitted jeans, or even a relaxed weekend look, when you know what suits you and wear it with confidence, it leaves an impression. There's no pretending, no costume, just you, refined by time and experience. Authenticity plays a big role here. It's not just about looking good, it's about being real. You're not trying to be someone you're not. You've grown out of that phase where appearances are about impressing others. And now, your style reflects your values. Maybe it's the vintage watch you've had for years, or the way you care for your shoes. These details aren't just fashion choices, they're expressions of your story. And that subtle storytelling through style adds layers to your attractiveness. There's also a level of effortlessness in authentic style that people admire. You're not caught up in fast fashion or the pressure to stay current. You wear what works for you because you've taken the time to figure it out. That kind of certainty, the ability to show up without second-guessing yourself, creates a natural charisma. When you're not seeking approval, you often get more of it. In age-gap relationships, this distinction becomes even more meaningful. Younger partners often admire and even crave the kind of presence that comes from authenticity. They may still be experimenting with identity, but your clarity and comfort with yourself can be both grounding and inspiring. They're drawn to you not because you're trendy, but because you're timeless, and that's a different kind of magnetism, one that doesn't fade with age. Ultimately, real style isn't about keeping up. It's about standing out by standing still, being rooted in who you are. That's why style paired with authenticity always outshines the latest trend. It doesn't try to be something. It simply is asterisk. And in a world obsessed with appearances, being true to yourself is the most attractive look you can wear. In a world filled with distractions and shallow communication, the ability to engage in real conversations and practice deep listening is a rare and powerful quality. For many people, especially those in age-gap relationships, this trait is not only appreciated, it's deeply attractive. It signals emotional presence, empathy, and a willingness to connect on a meaningful level. When you're able to sit across from someone and give them your full attention, to truly asterisk them instead of just waiting for your turn to speak, you create a space where trust and intimacy can grow. Younger partners, in particular, often express frustration with modern dating dynamics that emphasize image over substance. They may be used to quick texts, surface-level chats, or interactions that are more about performance than connection. When they encounter someone who brings a calm, intentional energy to the conversation, someone who listens without judgment, who asks thoughtful questions, who isn't afraid to talk about real life, real feelings, or real dreams, it stands out. It feels different. It feels safe. Deep listening goes beyond nodding and waiting for a pause to jump in. It's about being present, tuning into what's being said and what's not being said. It's about noticing body language, tone, and energy. It's responding in a way that says, I see you, I'm here with you. That kind of emotional availability is rare and extremely attractive. It creates a sense of closeness that physical chemistry alone can't replicate. When you've had more life experience, you tend to become a better listener. You've likely learned that conversations aren't about winning or being right, they're about understanding. You've developed the patience to let someone finish their thought, the humility to admit when you're wrong, and the confidence to sit in silence when words aren't needed. All of this makes your presence more calming and your relationships more genuine. Real conversations also reveal compatibility. They help both partners see each other clearly. When you talk about your values, goals, fears, and past experiences with openness, you're allowing someone to connect with the real you, not just the version you think they want. That authenticity invites the other person to be real, too, and from that place of honesty, true intimacy can grow. In age gap dynamics, this depth of communication is especially important. It helps bridge differences in life stages and worldviews. It builds mutual respect and emotional understanding, which are essential for lasting connection. Your ability to go beyond surface talk to discuss everything from personal growth to favorite memories to philosophical ideas makes you more than just a romantic interest. It makes you a partner, a confidant, and a safe place. At the heart of attraction is connection, and nothing builds connection more powerfully than being seen, heard, and valued. That's why real conversations and deep listening matter. They're not just traits of an attractive older man, they're signs of someone worth keeping. There's an undeniable strength in a man who is comfortable with his age, not just accepting it, but owning it fully, unapologetically. In a culture obsessed with youth, where wrinkles are airbrushed and gray hairs are dyed away, standing tall in your years is a quiet rebellion and an incredibly attractive one. It tells the world that you're not chasing some artificial standard of relevance or beauty. You've lived, you've evolved, and you're proud of it. That kind of self-assurance draws people in, especially in age-gap relationships where authenticity matters more than appearances. When you're comfortable with your age, you exude a calm confidence that can't be faked. You're not trying to compete with younger men or pretend you're still in your 20s. You've moved past the need to prove your worth through trends, hype, or hollow validation. Instead, you lead with substance. You've grown into your character, and it shows in everything from how you speak to how you carry yourself. That presence, that grounded energy, makes you stand out in a world that often feels rushed and restless. Being at ease with your age also means you understand the value of experience. You've seen enough of life to know what's important and what's not. That wisdom makes you more discerning, more intentional, and more patient. You no longer sweat the small stuff or chase things that don't align with your values, and that clarity is attractive. It signals to your partner that you're not just drifting through life, you're living it with purpose. In the context of age-gap relationships, this comfort with your age becomes even more significant. Instead of hiding or downplaying the age difference, you own it. You don't see it as a weakness, you see it as a strength. You know that your years bring perspective, emotional maturity, and a deeper understanding of connection. And when you embrace that openly, it invites your partner to embrace it too. It builds trust. It builds respect, and it shows that you're not trying to be someone else, you're showing up as yourself. People are drawn to those who are authentic, who aren't trying to be younger or cooler or trendier. When you are simply yourself, complete with laugh lines, life lessons, and all, it's not only refreshing, it's magnetic. You remind others that aging isn't about decline, it's about refinement. Like a classic suit or a fine wine, you get better with time, not despite your age but asterisk because asterisk of it. Ultimately, being comfortable with your age is powerful because it liberates you. It frees you from comparison, insecurity, and the pressure to fit into a mold. And when you live from that place of freedom, it resonates with others in the most genuine way. You're not just seen, you're asterisk felt asterisk. And that's where true attraction begins.